Hi, my name's Linton Bennett. I'm a compositional tutor at Point Blank. In my career, I've worked with All Saints, Boyz II Men, Warren G, Black Box, and worked with record labels such as Motown, Sony, Def Jam, Universal, and Atlantic. My first musical experience was in the household. I was inundated with music from the living room, from my brother's bedroom. I was too young to own a stereo cassette then, so I was just at the mercy of what was being played, and a lot of that was really good old reggae music. There was something about listening to a lot of music that I wanted to create. I didn't know how it was done. I wasn't taking any lessons, so I just thought, maybe I can try and recreate this. And then borrowed a lot of my mum's pots and pans and stuff just to make noise. And then my brother would at some point let me use his tape machine. He had a Sharp cassette recorder that I could record, and he gave me a cassette and said, you can have that because that's pretty much knackered. You can use that, press record and play. So I just used to hit pots and pans and just sing other people's songs on top of it. And that was my first introduction to music, I think, like playing it myself. And there was this record by a group called Ultravox called Vienna. This totally blew my mind. From listening to things like Adam and the Ants and all the Trojan records, all the reggae stuff, and Fleetwood Mac and things like that. There was this track that just didn't do what all the others done, and I suddenly discovered there was electronic music being played in it. So I quickly sourced how this was done, and then went to a music shop called Holiday Music. It's no longer there, but it was about a 2-mile walk up the road from me, and they had a little electronic section in the corner of the shop, because it was mostly grand pianos, cellos, violins, guitars, and they had this tiny section of electronic music, and they had a Roland 727 and a 707, and I said to the guy, can I just have a little mess around? Of course you can, nobody uses this stuff, nobody's buying this stuff. So I used to spend my weekends making music in the back of this guy's shop and getting to learn the equipment. And then I really felt to myself, this is where I want to go. So a lot of it was self-taught. I was given a piano when I was 9. My dad got me a piano, albeit, falling apart and out of tune. But I sat down and my mum would play the music in the background, and I'd be sitting there trying to work out. And I kind of had this sixth sense of, notes and chords, and it took ages, but I did figure out how to play little sections of songs. And I just thought, well, if I train my ear, I might be able to do this a lot quicker than if I were to do notation. I think I was just a bit lazy with the notation, to be quite honest with you. I kind of like the freedom to work on things that I want to work on now, that might not be what the industry is necessarily looking for, but just finding that I hate using this term, rough diamond, it hasn't been shaped yet, and then taking it and then putting my years of influence on top of it and seeing if it will work. Not only does Point Blank have amazing resources to give to the students, but they allow the tutors to be a lot more open about their experiences as songwriters themselves. So what the resources might not say about something, you could tell the students in perhaps a story or a situation that's happened to you. And Lord, there have been many situations in my musical career that have given me influence. But it's great because you always try to expand, you always try to give a good example, and you're always trying to make the students feel comfortable that it's possible to do whatever it is you want to do out there once you go into the big wide world of the music industry, but also that we as the tutors have kind of done it as well. People don't come from outer space to make music and they suddenly become like the biggest thing on planet Earth. These people have a technique, and it's the technique that this college is trying to teach. It's not trying to say, here's the magic wand, now you've got to be a star. It's like, look, if you follow these techniques, exactly the techniques that all your favorite artists are using, no matter if they're dance, hip hop, soul, folk, whatever, they all have techniques, and the techniques are what we teach at Point Blank. And to be able to tell that to people in a humorous, charismatic way, so that they're not frightened and they don't feel that it's us and them. It's like, look, if you learn these techniques, they're the same techniques I use, same techniques every other tutor uses, and techniques that have given tutors in this college Grammys and so on and so forth, and signed to major labels. That's what I feel I can, I like to give to the students that are here, is that break down this wall of it's impossible and I have to try so hard to do it. It's work at it, learn the techniques, be dedicated to it, and you just might be able to go out there and contend against the people that you're looking up to and admiring, which is the great thing. It's a really great thing.